Okay, everything is edged and ready to go, and now I'm going to go ahead and assemble my tags. I think that'll be the easiest way to go. Go ahead and get them ready to slide in. So I'm going to take a tag and this. And now, if you did what I did, let me show you what you can do. You can kind of make 2 stacks. Because I did 2 of each one, you know. And then, putting this one here because I started there, I'm going to do this. Now then, I can just flip this over and go and know that I won't get 2 of the same ones on any one. Tags are covered, and I'm ready to put these in the album. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and make the pulls for this so that everything's ready to go to the album once I get there. A simple way to make your pulls for your tabs is to use one of your punches, and I like to use these scallop punches like this. And I'm just going to pick a paper that I want to be my pulls, and you don't have to do them all the same. Like I have 6 tags, so I can do 3 different pages again, and I'll be fine. And now I want to ink these 2. Now, you can use liquid here if you want, but this is what I do. I put the adhesive onto one of them and place it where I want it. Flip it over. Make sure there's adhesive here and here. And I don't want to use that one because it's the same paper. Then I just line up my scallops. And now I have a quick, easy pull tab. That's how I like to do them. It's just super simple. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put one of each size in and let you see me do that. And then I'll do them off camera so you don't have to watch me do all of those. So we will start with this one. Place it here. And then we'll put a tag in. Just like that. Okay, so you just do that all the way through. Okay, so remember I told you I had this idea to keep it from going flappity flap too much, but I wanted to know how much room I wanted at the bottom. Here's what I did. I cut a strip of that glitter paper at 3 inches. Okay, I'm going to put some score tape down here. Went ahead and scored this at 1/2 inch right here. 1/2 inch in on either side of this 3-inch paper. A little bit of overhang, but I'm not going to stress over that too much. And now I'm going to take this off, and I will show you what I mean by the score. See, I scored that. So now I have like this shape. What I'm going to do is at the bottom, where the first bag releases on both sides, okay, I'm going to take this and I'm going to tuck it up in there. It's the same width as my bag. Just going to take that and tuck it and stick it. I'm going to peel this one. This is going to be like a stop or a lock or a binding, even an extra binding. And I'm doing the same thing where my first bag releases. Gonna let that get in there like that. I'm gonna close it down and see how that kind of makes the book. I could have done this before. The reason I didn't is I wasn't sure where I wanted it to land. So by doing it like this, I'm going to do that real quick. I know. Now when you sit it up, the wheels come out and it stands on its own. Can you see that? I'll show you in pictures how it stands on its own. And it's not going to go any wider than that. I know that. And I'm okay with that. That's why I have that stop. But we can still open it. No problem. Okay? So I'm not adhering it in there. I can't do that. Because I need the looseness because of the type of project this is. This is getting super duper fun. Okay, so now we need to work on a closure for the top. And I want to put in here a large photo mat on both sides. I think I'm going to do something similar to this shape, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But I want to show you what I'm going to do here, because I want to make this photo mat, and this part's going to be a little bit, you know, trial and error-y. But I'm going to trace this. Just the oval part. And this is what I do to get those parts where the wheels are. I flip this over, line it up so I can get the right curve. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut this inside that oval. Now, if I was really good, I could go ahead and mark it, but I don't think I'm really good. I'm just going to take my scissors and take my time and get one cut out really well. Now you can see I used that line as my guide, and I cut a healthy 1/4 of an inch away to give me this. Now what I'm going to do is trace this onto my other scrap, and I'm just going to cut it out exactly. Alright, you know the drill, edge it. If you start edging, you want to try to edge everything so it all matches. You might miss a thing or two, but not too bad. I've had some people ask me about this ink blender tool. I will put the link below this video. I didn't put it below the other one, but I will this one. Okay, so now we want to lay our book out and put in our photo mat. So there's one, and the other. So we got little mats to put big pictures in. Oh, it's going to be so cute. I'm still not sure how I want to close it. I'm thinking about it. I just hadn't decided yet. Okay, so let's put Cinderella on the front, or little Lydia, I should say. For Cinderella, or for the princess, I'm going to need some foam squares. I already know, because I'm going to glue her to this base. I'm going to sit something under here so that it will sit up for you guys to see it. Oop, that didn't work. Okay. So, for her, I'm going to glue her to this lifted up edge, but that means I need to put foam behind her so I can make sure that she rests on the glitter paper. And I'm going to show you something else we're going to do too. So I ran a wee little bit of glue, whoops, right on the bottom. And the other thing I want to show you is, because this foam is going on glitter, I'm going to put a dot of this craft tape, this craft glue on there too, just to be sure it adheres good. She is precious. And I'm going to let a little bit of that base seep out or show underneath, because that's kind of her landing point. Oh, how cute is that? Oh my gosh, she's going to love this. So there she is. Now let's look at the fairy godmother. She's going to need a little foam on her too, because she's going to go there and be lifted up a couple times. So let's see where she's going to need foam. Behind her head, behind her wings, and right at her leg. Okay. Now on her, wherever she doesn't have foam, I'm going to put glue. And on the foam again. So now she'll stay really good. And this is the little wand I made. It's just a piece of black with a little star on it. And I'm just going to adhere it under her hand. This is most definitely tweezer work. Oh, she's cute. Okay, so that's where we are so far. Okay, so we have our front cover, not done, but we have a lot of it assembled. We have our binding done, our book in, and I want to start working on these that I told you I was going to put some little things in here that were kind of interactive for her in these little pockets. So let me show you what we're going to do. What little girl doesn't love to color, right? So I went out online and I looked up some images from Cinderella. Now, I want to warn you, okay? I'm not telling you to make these to sell. This is, you know, these are copyrighted images and you cannot sell these and make money off of them. I'm going to make this to give to my niece and she can color them all she wants to, but I'm not selling them. So be sure you know that. You know, you have to purchase rights to these kind of things. You can't just, you know, go out there and sell them. So, alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut them apart like so. And I'm going to cut them pretty close because I want to be able to even still put a little mat around them. But the idea is I'm going to make some little color pages for her inside the album to make it a little more interactive for her. Okay, so for the coloring pages, what I did was I went through and I cut a little blue mat just to fit them, and I adhered one to one side and one to the other. And these will be what go in the center. They're so cute. So I just place those in, and look, I want to show you. Whenever she opens it, she'll have a little color sheet in these little pieces, and she can pull them out and color, and then put them back in, and she has little artwork that she did in her album. I just think they're so cute. So there is that. I want to work on the closure. I have an idea for it, and I want to go ahead and get that done. So what I did was I went out on the computer again, and I found this little image of a crown. Now, if you can freehand one, by all means, freehand one. I think it'll be fine. But I found this little image. And I want to make it like chipboard. I don't know if you've seen this before, but where you can cut several pieces of a thin piece of chipboard, glue it together, make a large one. That's what we're going to do. I have a piece of Mountain Dew wrapper that I save. I have so many under my desk. I save them like in a little stack because you never know when you'll need them, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to trace this guy, and I'm going to do it 5 times because I want it to be a thick, substantial piece. So I'm going to trace it in pencil, and if you like to, and sometimes it's best to trace it once onto your chipboard, cut it out, and then use that piece as your template, because this little thin paper that you print on from the printer can be wiggly, or you can just print it straight to cardstock. I just didn't want to waste a whole piece of cardstock for this little guy. So here's what I'm doing. Now what I'm going to do is, I think instead of cutting, I'm going to glue it down and then cut, glue down and cut. And the reason for that is, I think I will get a better cut and a better consistency in the image. So I'm going to put some glue back here. And then I'll stick that down to the card stuff. I'm going to let it sit for just a second, and then I'm going to cut that out. And I'm going to continue doing the same process till I have it 5 pieces thick. Alright guys, so as I was working on it and I got to the 4th level, I felt like that was thick enough, so I did not do a 5th. I only did 4. And then I took a little bit of sandpaper and just went around the edges, and that's all I've done so far. And I think I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time, and that is emboss this piece. I'm just going to treat it as if it was wood and see what happened. I wish I had a wood crown, but I didn't. I didn't think about it beforehand, so it is what it is. So I'm going to take some Versamark, and I'm just going to coat this guy in Versamark. You know, I don't know if you know, but you can, you know, build things up with embossing. So I may do 2 coats on this too, and that might make it look really good too. Looks like I may have to do 2 coats. I'm not sure if this is sticking everywhere. Okay. And I'm using some Ranger silver. I'm going to color the edges, so I'm not too worried about those. But I'm probably going to emboss this, if not front and back, at least front really good. You might notice that I switched out my mat. The reason is I have ruined mats doing this embossing, and so I switched it out so as not to ruin another one. I have a really bad habit of overheating my mats. And I don't like to emboss because I don't like the grit that goes everywhere, but there's really nothing you can do about it, so. Okay. Now these are also from SaCrafter's. Do you see these beautiful frames? And I've decided last minute to do something. I'm going to attempt this and see if it works. But these are gorgeous. And the first thing I'm going to do is emboss them in that same silver. So I'm going to do that real quick. I guess I'll do one at a time because of their size. That is so pretty. I'm not putting 2 coats on this, and the reason I'm not, I'm bringing it up close. Look at how it looks almost like the glitter paper because it has a little texture in it, so it kind of matches. So I'm going to set that aside and let it cool because it's hot. And then let's do this one. And I need to do the top portion because this is probably going to show. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this section. Okay, so now we have our frames done, we have our crown done, which, you know, not the best, but it's not the worst either. I think it's just this paper and this glue and stuff. It just didn't do as good as wood, but it will work for what we want. Okay, the next thing I want to do is take this little guy, and I want to glue him down to pink glitter and have that be the back of it. So I'm going to glue him and then cut him out. Him like it's a crown, I don't know. Okay, my plan for these guys. I'm going to use some foam tape on the roll, and I'm going to flip these over, and I'm going to foam tape 3 sections, making a pocket. And I think I'm going to have to shorten this, yep. Just going to cut it in half. Down the middle. Ooh, it is sticky. Okay. Now then, I'm going to run this down here at the bottom. I'll cut this one in half. I'll run it up this side. Like so. This doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to be seen, but it needs to be even with each other here especially. Now, for time's sake, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this, and then I'm going to do the other one off camera. Because as long as you see one, you'll know what to do. Okay. So we're going to bring the carriage back over. We're going to open it up to one of these back pages. I'm going to peel the foam off, or the backer tape of the foam. Leave the foam, it's important. And then I'm going to place this where the swirlies are exposed at the top, but the frame is inside the oval. I want those corners to go right to the edges there, so that when we close the book, you see that, like the top of the carriage. Isn't that perfect for that? Oh my gosh. Perfect. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one, and then we'll finish our closure out. Oh, and the reason we did the foam is now she can slide a picture in there. Won't that be cute? I love it. Okay, I'll get right back with you.